Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Action Figure Showcase, we have another part of the Ruthless Aggression series. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back, and today we are taking a look at some more of my Ruthless Aggression figures. I've talked before about how this is my personal favorite era. Obviously, the Attitude Era is a lot of people's most nostalgic period, but I really got into wrestling watching every episode weekly during the Ruthless Aggression era. So I have a lot of customs, a lot of different attires of some of the top guys, and I am excited to share some more of those. So we are going to just start out today with a bunch of Batistas, and I've done just a Batista showcase. So if you want to just see Batista, you want those broken down into detail a little bit more, you can go check that one out. But I'm just going to pull out a bunch of the customs that I do have, and I've got a lot of the Ultimate Editions. When those were on clearance, I bought about as many Batista Ultimates as I could, which I do think is one of Mattel's best that they've done. Going through my pile here, checking everything out. I think this is all of the Batistas from around... Oh, you know what? I lied. I do have one more, and I just don't see it. Where did it go? Here we go. And of course, this one is just the just an elite version, but we've got, and it's one of my favorites, coincidentally. Now it's uneven. What are we doing here? So, okay. Boom. Scooch. There we go. Anyway, we've got a bunch of Batistas here. So this was the original Ultimate we got in his white and red. I swapped out the boots from the black to some white and red. That is kind of more, I think that's actually more accurate than what they gave us. And then, I just love the head scans we got. I was a huge Batista fan. I think most kids that started with watched the Ruthless Aggression era were Batista and Cena fans for sure. I always wanted Batista to fight Brock Lesnar, and we just never got that thing. It never lined up at any point. But we've got the Hall of Champions. This is his red attire from when he fought Triple H for the title, and won the title originally. This is from SummerSlam, I think, this silver attire. This is from WrestleMania when he fought The Undertaker. WrestleMania 23, maybe? This is from I think it's Backlash when he fought Triple H in Hell in a Cell, and I just always thought the all-white attire, anytime guys wear all-white, or have a white attire, I think it looks pretty cool, pretty clean. And then this one, I think he fought Edge at like Night of Champions or something, but just, I wanted to do the red boots, so that was the best opportunity I had. This isn't all of my Batistas. I have more. I have some earlier ones, some later ones. Got his like modern era looks, but as far as Ruthless Aggression in this time period, these are all the Batistas and some of my favorites on my shelf. Next up are a trio of Randy Ortons, and these two are customs, and then this one in the middle is the first Legend Killer Orton we really got from Mattel. I forget what Elite series it was, but it's based off when he fought the Undertaker at WrestleMania, and I like it. I wish the purple would have been it just doesn't pop that much. It's very dark, and you can see it should be more visible. So I wish the purple was a little bit lighter, but I really liked that head scan, and we've gotten a bunch of Legend Killer Orton since then. But these other two, this one, I took one of the top picks, and I just kind of swapped the arms. We had to swap that upper torso because it had the updated tattoos and everything. But that was one of the Jax figures I had, was him in that attire. And the Jax Randy Orton head scans they had for a while were interesting. I don't think they captured him very well. But then we have my custom over here. I think this one and both these ones are based off his world title run he had after he beat Benoit, which I mean, that it is what it is, but for me, I still thought, like, holy crap, I can't believe he won the title. As a kid, I looked at it much differently than I do now, and as as a lot of people do, but Legend Killer Orton, absolutely a must-have for any Ruthless Aggression collection. Next up are the Dudleys, and their time in the Ruthless Aggression era, I feel like Bubba's best work was when he was kind of singles, like he kind of was teaming on and off with Spike, he teamed with Jeff Hardy, but they broke up the Dudleys. It was a terrible thing. They put them back together. Everyone was happy, and then they just had a weird run on SmackDown. But Spike Dudley came into his own as a singles guy during that time, so it was a trade off that as a kid, I was cool with. But I had to make these guys. The Dudleys have signed their Legends contracts, and Devon, someone just told me last week, Devon has confirmed that they'll be getting new figures. Like they're getting the works, the new T-shirts, video games, like you name it. We're getting more Dudleys, and I'm just crossing my fingers that they cross off as many attires as they can of the Dudleys. I would take a full wave of Dudleys in the Legends line if we could just get we get ECW, Bubba, and Devon get debut ECW in their red and yellow debut looks, the tie-dye, give me Ruthless Aggression. Obviously, we need plenty of Attitude Era. We can get some Bubba in his singles run. We could get a chase of Devon as Reverend Devon. There's so many things we didn't get, and I'm crossing my fingers that they just knock as much as they can off the list as fast as they can. So, anyways, until then, these are going to stay in my collection. I do need to put the 3D decal on Devon, and then, the Dudley Boys shirt that Bubba has works. It doesn't have the full, he had design on the sleeves and everything. So, might upgrade that one day too, but for the most part, these guys were a lot of work as far as just painting, because I hate painting camo. You can't really mess up camo unless you're going for the specific design, but I was not doing that. I was just trying to fill it in, and I'm happy with how they turned out. The formulas were pretty interesting. I used a Kevin Owens torso, just some plain Daniel Bryan arms, Brock Lesnar legs for Bubba. Here we've got the Bryan torso and arms. And then these legs are from, who had these ones? Maybe the Sami Zayn Elite? And then the Devon ones are actually the Sergeant Slaughter. And I do have a few more of those Sergeant Slaughter legs and pieces, so a couple of guys I want to make. But as far as these Dudleys go, I'm really happy with these. Next up, went over these recently in my Undertaker showcase, but I've got some fix-ups. We've got the Greatest Hits figure in the middle. But before we got the Greatest Hits figure, I had already made my fixed-up Elite of the Undertaker, and it just happened to be in the exact same tights design, because I thought that one was the coolest because it stood out the most. So this is the Greatest Hits figure. This one we took with one of the Ultimate Edition heads. I gave him the boots, so he had that flat, not kick pad look, but that tall boot. He's got the double jointed toes, feet, articulated toes. That's the words we're looking for here. I had given him the large arms because he was just a huge dude, and his elites used to have real skinny arms. So nothing too crazy, just stuff I moved around to kind of what I thought would maximizing the Undertaker. And then here we've got the SummerSlam Elite, where I swapped the torso and then kind of gave him that mid-match look. I do have that rubber piece somewhere, but I've seen it breaking for a lot of people, so I didn't even put it on him, just left it like that. But I do like that we get the throat cutting hands with him. And I really, really, really want an Ultimate Edition of this time period. I think that is one that'll look really, really cool. Next up, we've got a couple of really nice figures by Mattel. I've always liked their Kane figures. I don't know if they've given us a bad Elite Kane. I think the torso is nice. Just top to bottom, I think they do a really good job with Kane. I don't remember what Elite series this was. We've gotten a few Elites like this. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten more of this kind of look. This Big Show is one of my favorite figures. It was from the Decade of Domination series, and Like, I think the head scan is really, really nice. I will forever talk about how I think Mattel's scanning, or what are they're God, True Effects. Yeah, that's what it is. With facial hair, always makes it look really good. Like, as opposed to how it just used to be painted on. I think the True Effects makes facial hair look fantastic. And it, like, with this Big Show, he's got a bald head, but he's got that goatee, and the goatee like really gives the head a lot of character. And then the only thing I did was add knee pads to it for a little bit different look. But I think that's one of the best Big Show figures, if not like just figures in general that they've made. So I know it was hard to find, and I think it, like, most Big Show figures are pretty pricey on the secondary market, so I lucked out. Not everyone was able to find that Decade of Domination series, but just two really, really nice figures. Next up, one of, like, a mid-card mainstay, I feel like, on SmackDown for a while was Finley. And again, I had this figure in I had this Jax figure of Finley and wanted him for my Mattel collection. What in the world? Oh, I thought we had some dirt on my hornswoggle here, but it's just shadow. Anyway, moving on. So Finley here, we did get in the Mattel line in kind of his like PG era, so it was fine, but not what I think of when I think of Finley. And so I wanted the black, green, and I wanted the white. I wanted this attire, so I did make him a little bit differently because the figures we got of him were on the ratchet joints, and those, like everyone knows, ratchet joints suck, and over time they get damn near impossible to move. So made him on ball joints, same kind of formula up top, but then I gave him some Bo Dallas or some Ringmaster legs so that he had a little bit more movement. So he moves much better than the ratchet joints do. I used some white boots, and then going back, I realized he kind of wore more like kick pads, so I'm going to fix that up, give him some Kushida kick pads with that boot design on it, but that's for another day. The Hornswoggle is just from the Jax line. We did get Hornswoggle figures, but they were more later in his career. He wasn't doing things with Finley really anymore. And this is like, when he debuted, they called him Little Bastard. That was it. I don't know when they actually gave him his name Hornswoggle, but the longest time they called him Little Bastard. For I don't know why. They just, it's WWE. Why do they do a lot of the things that they do? But with Finley, I do have his. He always had a shillelagh. I did not have one. I gave him Rusev's Key to the City from one of whatever Elite series that was. But again, just like a mainstay for SmackDown, I needed to have a Finley in my collection. And then to finish out today's Ruthless Aggression episode, we have my Ultimate Edition Rated R Edge, and then we've got the Defining Moments John Cena. And the John Cena, I didn't touch the figure itself, but I did upgrade his cloth goods, so Ralph's Figure Clothing, which I think they still are in business. Like, I still think you can order from them. It takes a while to get their stuff, but fantastic cloth goods attires, or yeah, God, I don't know what I'm saying here. Anyway, we got this jersey, so the white undershirt is baggier than the one that we got and has like a more stretchy feel to it, and then it actually says Spirits of St. Louis, which they couldn't put on the Mattel figure. Like, I understand, but this captures like the bagginess. Looks way better on the Cena, so got that on there. I think it's a really nice figure. I've always liked it. Again, it's on the ratchet joint, so it doesn't move very well, which we still get Cena's on those ratchet joints. It's annoying, but I have my cash-in Edge. This was one of my Work in Progress Wednesdays a while back, but it's Ultimate Edition. We've got the Jeff Hardy Ultimate Torso. We've got a Jax head. I think I'm missing this tattoo because I didn't have a decal for it or something, but got the red Rated R logo, painted up the boots so that it was accurate. And I remember thinking, like, I was a massive Edge fan as a kid, but I was also a massive Hardy fan, so I was right there in the, like, I hated Edge so much for breaking up Lita and Matt Hardy. And then when he cashed in, when I didn't always watch the pay-per-views when I was younger because they used to have to pay for the pay-per-view. on top, like it was like $60, $65. I don't remember. So like I would watch the big ones like WrestleMania, maybe SummerSlam, but not. I think it was New Year's Revolution where Edge cashed in. So didn't watch that one, and you would get like the recap before the Raw started. And I remember seeing that Cena retained his title through the Elimination Chamber, only for Edge to come out after the match when Cena's bloody and just beaten and screw him over and take the title. And I was so mad as a kid, but watching back, like I've talked about it before, watching back old stuff, I'm like, man, what a great heel. Like great heat, like totally being a mark about watching. But as a kid, like they did their job. Edge did his job. He was fantastic as the Ultimate Opportunist, especially like when he first started going as the Rated R Superstar. Like he was something else. And it's crazy that he's just universally loved now that he's back. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's Ruthless Aggression showcase. Excuse me. I've got a bunch more planned. I've got like, I think I want to say like four more parts to this before I get all the way through my Ruthless Aggression collection. So keep an eye out for those. I'm going to start hitting up other eras, other groups and whatnot. But if you like what we're doing here, go check out some more playlists. I have plenty of showcase playlists. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of that. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out. I have my Cash In Edge. This was one of my work in progress Wednesdays a while back, but it's Ultimate Edition. We've got the Jeff Hardy Ultimate Torso. We've got a Jack's head. I think I'm missing this tattoo because I didn't have a decal for it or something, but got the red Rated R logo, painted up the boots so that it was accurate. And I remember thinking, like, I was a massive Edge fan as a kid, but I was also a massive Hardy fan, so I was right there in the, like, I hated Edge so much for breaking up Lita and Matt Hardy. And then when he cashed in, when I didn't always watch the pay-per-views when I was younger because they used to have to pay for the pay-per-view on top, like, it was like $60, $65. I don't remember. So like I would watch the big ones like WrestleMania, maybe SummerSlam, but not. I think it was New Year's Revolution where Edge cashed in. So didn't watch that one, and you would get like the recap before the Raw started. And I remember seeing that Cena retained his title through the Elimination Chamber, only for Edge to come out after the match when Cena's bloody and just beaten and screw him over and take the title. And I was so mad as a kid, but watching back, like I've talked about it before, watching back old stuff, I'm like, man, what a great heel. Like great heat, like totally being a mark about watching. But as a kid, like they did their job. Edge did his job. He was fantastic as the Ultimate Opportunist, especially like when he first started going as the Rated R Superstar. Like he was something else. And it's crazy that he's just universally loved now that he's back. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's Ruthless Aggression showcase. Excuse me. I've got a bunch more planned. I've got like, I think I want to say like four more parts to this before I get all the way through my Ruthless Aggression collection. So keep an eye out for those. I'm going to start hitting up other eras, other groups and whatnot. But if you like what we're doing here, go check out some more playlists. I have plenty of showcase playlists. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all of that. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.